We are in a competitive world, and today we are going to mainly focus on business. And with this, today we are going to focus mainly on large capital versus small capital. A small player versus a big player. How can you win when you are at a disadvantage in the business? So let's start. We are having two people. One small player, then a large player. So this one is at a disadvantage. This one at an advantage. So I want us to understand something which is in common. All of these people, they have one thing in common. They are competing for the same market. They are competing for the same person. Let's say they are in the same industry. So this is small capital, large capital. So the market that will not care either you have small capital or you have large capital. For it, what it wants either a product or a service. So let me give you the advantages that a person who has large capital, or the giant players, the companies whom you are going to compete against, the advantages which they have. Let's say they are into production. So the first thing, these people, if they are into production, they are making products, the first thing they are going to have, they are going to acquire they are going to have low supplier costs. Low supplier costs. Now this one comes in a way that these people, a person who has large capital, always they are going to buy things in large quantities. And you will know very well, any person who buys the things in large quantities, from whatever point they are buying it, they are always given a priority and they are given a privilege of having big discounts. But when you come to this person, a person who is buying things in small quantities, they are always going to be sold things at a very high price. So this one is going to have higher supplier costs. Now from the same supplier system in the same field, the next thing that we are going to is logistics. Logistics. So with this, we know very well that when it comes to logistics, any person who is transporting cargo of bulk orders, they always incur low logistic costs. Whereas when it comes to this one, you are going to incur high freight costs. Almost no one wants to deal with you when you are transporting things in small quantities. Let's say you are shipping from China. If you are shipping from China and you are bringing things in small quantities, you are going to incur high costs, and the freight companies, they are going to not deal with you. They want this person. Then from there, let's come to production. With this, they are going to have low production costs. Low production costs. With this, we are going to have high costs of production. And a person who is producing things on a smaller quantity is going to incur higher costs. Then when it comes to the next thing, marketing. Marketing, now with that we are looking at the final consumer. Or even in between here we have also we have here the distributor system. So any person who has a large capital, always they have more ability to build a larger distributor system, an ecosystem across the nation. Why? Because they are producing things in large quantities, bulk quantities, so therefore they can supply more people across the country. They can supply to supermarkets, to wholesalers, tailors, But this one, you can't. Your production capacity is low. Therefore, you are going to serve a limited number of people. Yes. Then from the distributor now, we are going to the same final consumer. So remember, we are dealing in the same industry. If you are dealing in the same industry, the prices are almost going to be equal. So already this one, you have to remember, this one, everything is low. So since this one bought things at what? At a low price, has already an advantage over you. It's going to get higher profits. You get? Yeah. Because you are going to sell things at the same price. At the same price. Now this one applies also even in agriculture. In agriculture, a person who is doing commercial is going to have more profits. Why? Low production costs and so on. So you are selling things in smaller, you are selling things at the same price to the same consumer. So already now this one is going to have more profits. For you are going to have again low profits. Remember here, if we add this, these are expenses. So for you, a person who is dealing in smaller quantities, having low capital, you are going to have higher expenses more than this one. This one is going to have low expenses. But what matters most is the profits. This one is having again more profits. So today now, this is the trick. I want you to pay attention here. So how can we turn this disadvantage into an advantage? We stand against this giant, because for you here, you are like a weak man who has no muscles. You are standing against the giant who has eaten. He just gives you one step, then you collapse. So how can you stand against this? So with this, the only thing that you can use now here, you have to use unity combined effort. Yes, you have to find other weak men. You have to outnumber this guy here. He's alone, he's too strong. You alone, you cannot manage him. So what you do, you outnumber him. Even though he has more energy, he'll beat most of you down, but he'll get tired eventually, then you'll finish him. So with this strategy, what you do, you combine, you get other people in the same business. So let's say you have $10,000. Then you get your other people, like maybe 50 people, also having what? How each one having the same amount. So when we multiply here, what do we get? 50 times 10, we get 500 grand. So 500 grand, that is half what? $1 million. You see? So if this person alone, for him, he had what? 500 grand, or let's say $1 million. Now, can't you see? You are half his capacity. So there, at least you can shake him a little bit. Yeah. Yes, you can shake him a little bit. So with this, now you are going to reduce your supplier costs. They come halfway. With this, everything reduces. Then we increase the profit. Then also we are going to increase our distributor system. We are going to supply more people, more supermarkets. So we are going to be everywhere. So the only strategy that you can start against this, day, you have to get more people again. You multiply these people again from 50 to 100. Now to 100, remember you are many people. What you do, Each one does marketing. Combining efforts, it is going to create more impact. Each one starts talking about the product or the service. So with that, you are going to have low marketing budget. Low marketing budget. Now this person here, remember, he's alone. So meaning he's going to spend more money on marketing. Spend more money on marketing. So you see, with this, we are gaining an advantage over him. For him, he's spending more money on marketing, on TV, on what? On big creators, giving them sponsorships and so on. For us here, each one is doing his work voluntarily. Each one independent. Imagine 100 accounts on TikTok. Even though they are getting, each one is just getting, let's say, 10,000 views times 100 is equivalent to 1 million views. You get? And with that, you are creating a bigger impact. So with this, now you are beating this man here. The giant is weakened. They're kicking the legs now. He's about to fall. Yes. So this is the only strategy that a person who has less capital can use to what? To be equivalent to this. And with this, when you have to combine this, again, even if each person is to sell independently, because you are dealing in the same business, what you do, the goal is for you to have low supplier cost, to get something at a less price. So you get things collectively at a low price. Then when it reaches here, I give you your portion, which you deserve. Yes, but you have got it at a low price, rather than if you have bought it independently as they would have also did to you at what? At a higher price. So even if each person sells independently, at the end of the day, you are going to get more profit. So with that, you can be able to reinvest. Then you multiply the money. You stand against this. So with this, unity is the only way to go. But Africans, we don't want to unite. Each person wants to do independently. Just imagine, when will you ever get 1 billion? If each day you are saving even 1 million. 1 million. This is equivalent to 1,000 years. Yes. Each day. 1,000 years. Will you even reach 100 years? But with this strategy, I guarantee you, this one, it can be shortened. You compress the time by increasing the impact. You see? Yes. So subscribe to the channel. This is to today's episode. It was about business, how you can turn a disadvantage into an advantage using the right strategy. Remember, we are in the world of competition. We are fighting for survival. We are against the giants who are already established. So we have to identify something that is going to give us an advantage, then we use that to rise. Otherwise, there is no way through. If you want to work independently, you are going to toil for years and years, and at the end of the day, you are not going to make any impact. So don't fight to become the one hero. Join efforts, then work with others. With that, I guarantee you, you are going to benefit more and your impact is going to be felt. Subscribe to the channel. See you next time.